What you were burns in me. Welling Ghost River dream. In my mind, still my team. Will you catch me? Will you catch me? Will you catch me if I fall? All I am is of your own. Up you'll stand, shut your mouth. Learn to take those words around. Will you catch me? Will you catch me? Will you catch me if I fall? Svetlana, the firefly in the room.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Here is up, that means Svetlana is into the plate business. Today actually I wanna buckle up and go through some of my Alocasia plant chores, and also need to breathe a little bit, that'd be great. I actually have several Alocasias that I wanna work on, but the two are like the burning questions. You know, the ones that I really wanna work on is my Alocasia black velvet, because it does look a little bit droopy and the root system isn't looking the best. So I want to go ahead into the pot, see what's happening, maybe dig up a couple corms, who knows, and just, you know, work on this thing and pot it up a little bit higher up, because I feel like that might be helpful. Breathe a little bit more. And then I have a humongous Alocasia amazonica. Can you see? You can see a little bit. That right now is very droopy as well. It's not very happy in its pot, so I want to go ahead once again, unpot it, see what's happening in the pot, how the root system is looking. Maybe we'll once again separate some little corms. That would be so much fun to go ahead and root and grow separately. I feel like that would be so much fun. I already did that a bunch of times, and every single time I had a lot of fun just watching them go from that little tiny onion into cool, beautiful, lush new plants. So this is definitely what I want to work on this video, and if I'll have a little bit extra time, I want to work on a couple of my new Alocasias that you might be seeing. I just show you them in my previous video, in my Alocasia collection video. Like, oh, you can see that leaf. Oh my gosh. Anyway, right now let's go ahead into these specific ones that I mentioned, because I 100% want to go ahead and work on them. So let's do that. I have pond prepared. I have dish where I wanna, you know, do the business, and I think I want to, or maybe you can see, maybe wait, maybe I will go a little bit back up. Perfect, now you can see everything. Okay, so this is a cute Alocasia black velvet that I left in water for I feel like a little bit too long. It's been standing in this water for about 10 days maybe, and I think that was the biggest mistake because it doesn't look too happy. It started to look droopy, even though it didn't look that way before I started to overwater it. So I wanna go ahead and see into the root ball, wanna unpot it up into the fresh pond just in case something is, wrong. But let's see what we're working with. Okay, so I do feel like it's gonna be a pretty easy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay, that bottom part looking great actually. So I did had a feeling that I might find a lot of rotten roots, but honestly I don't. The only thing I notice is that the root system on this plant isn't very large, and I do see 4 baby corms. One is actually unfortunately rotten. Little tiny baby that is all black, so we'll take him aside. But I also, you know what, I think I'm gonna take these corms. Corm number 1. We have another large one over here in the bottom. Corm number 2. Exciting. Oh yes, I cannot wait to play with corms. I actually did so, I feel like maybe last winter, and it was so much fun. Very interesting experience to grow a plant from the very small baby into something special. I do want to take out some unhealthy things, and you know what, this specific corm, it doesn't look very large, so I'm not sure should I go for it or maybe should I leave it. I'm taking some unhappy roots. I do have a little bit of rotting roots. You can tell rotting roots by the different colors. So the healthy ones will be those white beautiful noodles, so cute, and the ones that are not healthy will be more brown, and they simply will just melt off the moment you touch them. So that's exactly what happened. I'm so happy there are not much of these over here, so that's good. You know what, I'm gonna go ahead into my living room. In there we have our first aid kit and like all of the meds we have, and in there I have some peroxide, and I'm gonna clean those roots in there. I mean, not like just with peroxide, I'm gonna make a little mixture, like 1 part of peroxide and 2 parts of water. I don't want to go too crazy and shock this plant, do the opposite of what I'm planning to do. And I will chat with you in a moment. I actually just barricaded myself over here, so that's gonna be tough. And also I'm going to clean that dish. There's lots of residue from the pond, and also the water isn't looking too fresh, so let me go and quickly work on that. The good thing is I don't see any kind of pests on this plant. It looks happy, so that makes me happy. We'll be back.
A few moments later.
All right. Woo, it feels like I've been running in circles like a little squirrel. First off, I did dilute some peroxide in water, and right now this Alocasia been in this whole thing for about 10 minutes while I was running around and looking for other things. Like, let me quickly show you, I have a rooting hormone that I think I might sprinkle a little bit on the sphagnum moss where I'm gonna be putting the corms. I also have some filtered water to add into the moss, and I also came up with this creation. So this is actually a dish from burrata cheese that I am so obsessed with lately. So just simple plastic container that instead of just throwing away, I decided to keep it and see maybe I will use somehow it in my, okay, that's a long hair. Maybe somehow I'm gonna be using it, in my plants. I just always feel so bad whenever I have so many different plastic things to throw away. Just like this, for example, lid from, I think it was like yogurt or something. So I will combine both of these recycled materials, which I'm very proud of, and I added in here sphagnum moss that also is from I think one of the plant mail I had, and look at it. Perfect fit. Like it's meant to be. So right now, while this Alocasia having a little bath, little cleansing bath in that peroxide mixture with water, let me work on that corm situation. So I thought, you know what, since that last corm was very small, I will let it be as it is with the mama plant, and instead I will only root these two, in my eyes. So this one seems pretty decent and I feel like gonna be perfect for that. And the last one was unfortunately small and rotten, so this will go. Okay, the sphagnum moss is in water. It's ready for business. I actually wanna take off some of that black tissue, some of that dark tissue from the corms. Nails isn't ideal, but we'll go with that. I heard from many people that it's easier for these little corms to root if they are not just covered in all of that old tissue. But oh my gosh, I'm always so scared to make some wounds, you know, in these corms. Okay, having long nails for this specific plant chore is actually very convenient. By the way, while I'm doing that, I want to give a big thank you for Lubov, who sent me a little tip via PayPal. It was very unexpected and such a fun discovery, so thank you so much. I do appreciate it, and as you can tell, I did spend that money. I mean, it wasn't enough, of course, but I did spend it on this beautiful Alocasia fry deck over here, and I'm so excited right now. Whenever I am looking at it, it always reminds me of you, so I'm so thankful. It's very sweet of you. And also, guys, thank you so much for all of the love in my previous video. It felt very experimental to make a fairy garden inspired by Baba Yaga story and, you know, tell that spooky legend. Even though I did tell a pretty small part of the legend, there is so much more to Baba Yaga, but it already took me 4 hours to edit that 20 minutes long video. So I felt like for the starters, this will be perfect. I'm trying to be so careful. Oh my gosh. Just imagine having little black velvet babies. Okay, I feel like it's enough for that one. Let's do the same thing with the other one. And honestly, I'm not sure should I keep this whole noodle that was attached to the mama plant, so I'm just like breaking it a little bit off. Is it working as a root or is it not? Let me know in the comments. Since once again, as I mentioned in my previous video, I wasn't a big Alocasia fan for a very long time. I didn't do much research into them, and right now everything feels so fresh and so interesting for me. I would love to get a variegated Alocasia corm, doesn't matter what kind of. I still feel like it would be a very interesting experiment to grow and see how the variegation will appear. And if it will appear, I feel like, oh my gosh, such a game to buy variegated Alocasia corms, because you don't know what you're getting and you will only know like months into growing them. So kind of spooky, you know, but also kind of exciting. Especially if you find a trusty seller. That would be, oh my gosh, that would be so much fun. I actually feel like I'm scratching this corm a bit too much. I don't want it to rot, so I'll just stop. You know what, maybe it would be a good idea, ouch, maybe it would be a good idea to, you know, like add it into that mixture with peroxide, just in case there might be something. Just in case. Just in case. Okay, we do have sphagnum moss. Oh, I'm having such a good time, guys. It's been a while, honestly. Finally, it feels so good to be working with plants again. and to watch all of the plenty content on all of the platforms, you know, Instagram, YouTube. I do feel like, did you notice that there's way less of plenty YouTube channels? A lot of, you know, OG ones. I miss them so much, who stopped filming, like Not Dude, for example. Right now he only uploads on Instagram, I feel like. Maybe I'm wrong, I mean. But yeah, I do miss a lot of OG plant YouTubers. And oh, that's right, I do have a bit of rooting hormone. So I will dip it a little bit. Oh no, it fell in. Oh no. No. Okay. That was dangerous. Okay. These are the corms. As you can tell, that little green powder is the rooting hormone, and I'm gonna just plop them into the sphagnum moss, not covering them, just plopping them on the very top. And since this whole thing will have a dome, I feel like it's gonna be enough of moisture. I'm gonna clean a little bit of that. Yeah. Oh, I cannot wait to share with you all of the progress. Keep your fingers crossed that everything will be nice. Bam. Everything closed. And 2 corms are cozy up there. Oh, so exciting. Little black velvet babies. Okay, since we're done with that, and this Alocasia was in this peroxide slash filtered water for about 20-ish minutes, I feel like this might be enough. So I'll go ahead, pot it up, and we will go into the larger Alocasia business, which I'm kind of scared of. Technically, for me, it would be more than ideal to clean this pond before using it again. So I will leave the one that was on the bottom because I didn't see any kind of rotting or anything. So I will let it be as it is and add the fresh one that I actually cleaned after using on very top. That's what we're gonna work with. To be honest with you, I have like 50-50 experience with pond and alocasias. I do have several alocasias growing in pond and they seem to be okayish, not like thriving. I see a lot of bubbles, so I feel positive that it was a very good idea to put it into this mixture with peroxide. So yeah, I'm not sure how do I feel about pond and alocasias. It seems like a pretty good idea, but also, I don't know, you know? Also have a bunch of alocasias growing in soil who seem to be completely happy. So, still working it out. And to have a little bit of perlite mixed in this pot, just for the saving reasons. Pond is kind of expensive. Also, it's kind of helpful for me to keep from rotting because I have a little bit more of airflow, I feel like. Okay, so before that I had this very same alocasia growing in this very same pot, but it was planted a little bit lower, so it wasn't like the whole pot area wasn't used all the way up. So right now I did plant it a little bit higher up with a hope that it will root a little bit better. And this pot will be its home for a little bit longer. It does look good. Cute black velvet. I did also clean this. It does have a little bit of that water residue, but there's nothing I can do about it right now, so I'm gonna let it be. Let me add some filtered water. We did buy a little filter for us for drinking water, and we do see a difference. It tastes different actually, which was such a cool discovery. So sometimes I go a little extra and add that filtered water to my alocasias as well. Not always, on rare occasions like repotting them and already giving them a bunch of stress, you know, why would you add even more? Let's spice it up and give a little, you know, a little something. Okay, and this is it for now with this cutie patootie. Very beautiful, very cute alocasia. But right now let's put her aside and let me clean this station, because we're gonna need a lot of space, because we're gonna be working on a beast, which I'm kind of scared. I'm not gonna lie. One moment.
A few moments later.
We cleaned everything up and have a reporting mat from Natalia. Right now, let's go ahead and work with this Alocasia zebrina that is not fitting in the frame. So this is what we're talking about. I want to take out that trellis that is hanging by the last here, it feels like. So first on the agenda is just to take it out of the pot and see what is happening. And also it has a pretty long stems, but you know, let's take it step by step. Let's not go crazy. Okay, the trellis is on the flipping ground. It's been in the spot for over a year right now. So I do expect a pretty decent root system. Oh, I did add drainage balls in the bottom. Oh, and we have... No, that's an orchid bark. I thought we have corms. Dang it! Okay, if you will take a closer look, you'll see pebbles that I added on the very bottom. I'll ask my husband to throw this thing all out. I do not believe in drainage anymore, but we do have corms. Very exciting, very exciting. We have corm number 1. So let's dig over here. I mean, the root system isn't too large, to be honest with you, so maybe my mistake was... Maybe my mistake was to plant it into this large pot and then overwatering it, because to be honest with you, whenever I'm watering it, the water just immediately goes through the bottom. So this soil mix isn't the best. It doesn't hold on to moisture. It's actually very dry to the touch. So I'm just looking if I won't be missing any corms, because it's a pretty large alocasia, so it's kind of weird to not see like hundreds of corms. Oh wow, yeah, we're definitely gonna need a smaller pot, which is not how I planned it at all to go, but life is life. Okay, so far. Oh wow, that is sad. No wonder you are struggling. At this point, this is all we have. That's it. You know what? I could go a little crazy and try to plant it in leca. I don't have any alocasias in leca, and that would be such a fun experiment, because I saw a lot of people growing them in leca. Should we do it? Oh my gosh. Because that's sad. So what is this all about? I mean, there are lots of dead, dry roots. Damn. Definitely not great. Oh, just this whole chunk. Okay, look at that. Ouch. I wanna break it off. Oh, good thing I did, because I did found 2 more corms. Nice, exciting. Imagine if I would just flip. Oh, another one. This one's such a small. Imagine if I would just throw them away. Actually, I did throw away a lot of corms before that, before I knew anything about them. Another one. So I still feel a little bit guilty about that. So right now we're gonna go all in, plant every single one of these And, you know, gift it to friends. Christmas is coming. Gift it to family members. Yeah, I don't see any more corms. Sadly enough, so we do have 5. I mean, from that little small black velvet we had 4. One wasn't very large, but still 4. From this large one, 5. Wow. That's sad. Okay, let me clean that as well. The most fun part about this alocasia that I did never get any kind of pests on it, so it's very cool fact about this one. She's a trooper. Oh my gosh, you can see some little corms forming here as well. But yeah, the root system is actually not the greatest. I mean, that whole pot and only this much of roots. No wonder they were struggling. My poor little babies. Gonna look for something deep, like tall. Oh guys, these are just dry. The stem itself feels okay. Okay, wow. That's very unexpected, to be honest with you. Yeah, this needs to go. Okay, well, that was very unexpected. Maybe you can hear that I'm a bit silent because this is all we have. This size alocasias. Like, come on. This is all we have. So you know what? I think we will go a little crazy. I will go ahead, rinse these off camera in my shower, and we will plop them. Oh, that's an old root. And we will prop them into leca. That's gonna be such a fun experiment. I'm very excited. So let me go ahead, clean it, and find a pot for these babes.
A few moments later.
Well, this whole thing just took a turn. I just thought this glass dish would be perfect for me to check on the roots and see how this alocasia will be doing in there, since this is my first time growing alocasia in pond. Oh, sorry, not pond, in leca. I want to keep a close eye on it. I did clean the root system as much as I could. We do have little tiny snippets of orchid barks, but I don't want to take them out, to be honest with you, because the roots just grew deeply into them. So I do try to take out a little bit of them, but a little bit is still gonna be left in there, which I think is not like the worst. I mean, this one is just going through, the root is just growing through this bark. Okay, so I did rinse this whole dish, disinfected it. I did rinse this whole alocasia as well. And we are ready to go. I mean, here are 2 alocasias. I'm speaking like it's only one. And I also grabbed more sphagnum and other dishes to corms. And to have a very simple rocks. Let's use that. It's gonna be loud. It would be smart of me to rinse it before the use, but it's already taking me so much time. So we're gonna work with it as we go. Since I do have 2 of these cute alocasias, I'll try to plant them somehow. Okay, like so. Let's not go too crazy. Plop that root system in there. Try not to break it. And just hope this whole thing won't collapse on me one day. Okay, I did add all of this. That's a lot, I'm sorry. Oh, But it's standing. Oh, thank goodness, because I did add all of the leca balls I had. I mean, I do have some of them mixed into the soil that I prepared for this alocasia, so still can pick out some to plop it in there, because nobody's in a hurry. Actually pretty fun. That's good. Bam, little extra. Little extra. Okay. Just a little extra. And in here I actually, to avoid all of that, we call that white residue from the water. In Lithuania we call it kalkes. But anyway, instead of using my simple water, I'm gonna be using my, where is it? My filtered water, but I'm gonna do it off camera. You can see how we're looking right now. Nothing too crazy, but also I cannot wait to see all those roots growing around. I won't be filling the water all the way up here. I think I'm gonna add it maybe 3 inches or so from the bottom, so the roots will be not sitting on the water, but they will, you know, get that moisture still. And yeah, I'm afraid to move it too much, but this is how we're looking so far. So before leaving you, let me go ahead and work on the last project of today, which is planting corms of Alocasia of Alocasia zebrina. I'm gonna definitely need to label those to not mix them up, because from today on I'm gonna have, what did I put? A flippin'. Okay, be honest. Do you see where did I put my watering can? In the balcony. Great. Okay. One moment. We made it. Okay. Filtered water. I'm gonna add into the sphagnum moss. And before the sphagnum moss is getting a little drink, I'm gonna go ahead and work on those 5 corms. 2 of them are pretty large, like so, and the other 3 are on the smaller side, right? Still exciting, still very exciting. Ooh, I love to work with corms. Such a fun thing about alocasias. Actually, even before me being on that wave of alocasia love, which is brand new in my collecting experience, even before that I did enjoy a lot to look for corms, dig for corms in my alocasias and try to prop them. It always felt like such a unique experiment. And I love planting experiments, you know that. I mean, if you've been watching my channel, you do know that. Also, right now I'm kind of freaking out, but this is gonna be my first plant in leca. I never did that before, never ever. And I have been collecting plants for, oh my gosh, 8 years. Like consistently for 8 years. And even more before that, so it's gonna be interesting. Wish me luck. Let me know in the comments if you have any tips about this whole process. I'm very curious. I think my husband gonna love this, because this alocasia was already his favorite, and right now since it's gonna be in this cute glass dish, you're gonna love it and more. Okay, let's put some kind of music over here and let me go through this. Alright, so I did opened up most of the corms, like all of them, but not completely. Didn't make them completely white, but I do struggle a little bit and don't want to just make a lot of wounds with my nails on these corms, so I feel like it's a little bit smarter of me just to, you know, better leave a little bit of that. And I'm gonna plant them all into the same dish. I feel like this is gonna be the best idea to have them all in one spot. And we will see from there, to be honest. I'm very excited to see how they will do. 5 Alocasia zebrina corms and 2 of Alocasia black velvet. Very exciting. Yeah. Covering them completely with moss, just plopping them on top because they're gonna have a lid, and that will help with the moisture. Look at them, so cute. Bam! Final step is done. Have 2 cute dishes of camera. I will label them, but I mean one of them have 5, another 2, so pretty easy to see which one is which. And guys, I'm so excited about this whole thing. This all is recycled, every single material. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited and proud of myself. And lastly, just like I mentioned, we do have a filtered water, so I want to add over here. It would be smart of me to rinse those lava rocks once again, but it should be okay. Yeah, just like I mentioned, I did add water like 3 inches from the bottom. They do look cuter when they're moist. And oh my gosh, that's it. That's flipping it. Oh, I'm so excited. Let me know if you did enjoy this video. It feels like even though I was working with only 2 plants, I did so much different tasks. So for example, like transferring one into the leca bowl instead of soil, digging for corms in lechuza pond with black velvet, and digging in soil for zebrina. So let me know if you enjoyed this kind of videos, that you have one variety of plants but do different works on it, different chores. Me personally, I feel accomplished, I feel pretty great, and I'm curious now to see how everything will go. Oh my god, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Stay tuned for updates. I think in a month or so I'll give you more updates to see how every single plant is doing. Are the corms doing anything? I'm gonna putting them somewhere around here closer to my grow lights. And fingers crossed, soon we're gonna have a lot of Alocasia babies to share with the loved ones. Ooh, so exciting. Thank you so much for joining me for this eventful video. I did enjoy to put my hands into the soil, into the dirt, and get into the business, grease my elbows, because I did miss my plants a lot, you know, after starting to work from office every single day, so I feel accomplished. Like this video if you did enjoy it, subscribe for more plenty content, and before leaving you, let me teach you a language lesson. Okay, since we have a dishes from burrata cheese, let me teach you an easy one and a very random one. So if you want to say cheese in Lithuanian, you need to say sūris. Once again, sūris. If you want to say cheese in Russian, you need to say syr. Once again, syr. And if you want to say cheese in Polish, you also need to say syr. Sir. I think they say it a little bit softer, like sir. Russians say it syr. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Thank you so much for joining me for this very fun video, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye! Scary business.